Good morning. My name is Ron Williams. I'm truly honored to be here this morning. I had the pleasure of working with the Raleigh Boys Club for over 29 years. During that time, there was many children that would be impossible to forget. Their personalities, their zest for life, and their love for the Boys and Girls Club stood above all others. This is certainly, kids like this, staff generally refer to them as typical club kids. And this is certainly the case of the member that we are honoring this morning. LeVelle Moton is proof that the Boys and Girls Club changes lives. The Raleigh Boys Club provided an encouraging environment. It also provided his mother with peace of mind. And it also introduced LeVelle to basketball. From the first days LeVelle and his older brother joined the club, he took advantage of every program that the club had to offer. One of his former staff members, Steve, stated that he can attest that LeVelle wanted to participate in everything that was going on at the club that particular day. LeVelle never played any organized sports before coming to the Boys and Girls Club, but once he started participating in programs at the club, his talent in basketball was quickly recognized. LeVelle is a 1992 graduate of Enloe High School, where he was named Camp 5 Basketball Player of the Year as a senior. He went on to play basketball at North Carolina Central University, where he became the third all-time leading scorer with 1,714 points. During his junior and senior year, LeVelle was voted All-CIAA First Team. And in 1996, he was a CIAA Men's Basketball Player of the Year. During his senior season, he made 87 three-pointers, three-point field goals, which is still the school record for three-point field goals. LeVelle played on 3 CIAA Southern Division championship teams and made 2 trips to the NCAA playoffs, including a NCAA Division II Southern Regional Championship in 1993. After college, LeVelle played 2 years of professional basketball in Indonesia and 2 years in Israel before settling as a teacher and coach in the Wake County Public School System. He was head basketball coach at West Millbrook Middle School for 3 years before taking over the Sanderson High program in 2004. Also in 2004, LeVelle was inducted into the North Carolina Central University Athletic Hall of Fame. During his 3 years tenure at Sanderson High School, LeVelle led the Spartans to an overall record of 59 wins and 25 losses, winning back-to-back Cap 7 tournament champions in 2006 and 2007. And also in 2007, he led his Sanderson High School team to the semifinals of the Eastern Regional 4A high school basketball here in the state of North Carolina. LeVelle returned to his alma mater as an assistant men's basketball coach in 2007. The Boys Club provided stability in LeVelle's life and kept him on the right path when other kids in his neighborhood turned to drugs and the streets. The Boys and Girls Club not only taught him responsibility, but gave him hope for the future. Today, LeVelle uses those same tools to guide his life. LeVelle and his wife, Bridget, is expecting their first child in March. The couple currently lives in Durham. LeVelle has an impressive resume, one that is envied by many young people today. As he continues to be a part of the Boys and Girls Club family by inviting kids to attend his summer basketball camp that's hosted by NBA players, and he does this at no charge to the kids for the Boys and Girls Club. His advice to the kids in the Boys and Girls Club today is to be a leader, not a follower. And he is a prime example of his advice. LeVelle, in recognition of your many accomplishments since your days at the Raleigh Boys Club, it is my pleasure to induct you into the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame.
Fix the microphone. I swear when I was 10 years old, that man was 6'3". First and foremost, I want to thank God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for just allowing me the opportunity to be here in great health and great spirits and wonderful prosperity. I want to thank my grandmother, who's looking down on me in heaven, I'm sure. She taught me the art of giving and valuing other people's lives, instead of my own, and just taught me the craft of just giving back and being unselfish. I want to thank Mr. Capps and his wife, just for allowing me to join the Boys Club. I joined at 5½. I think he had to pee 7 or 8, but my mom told him my brother and I was a package deal, so if I couldn't come, then I couldn't join, so I definitely appreciate that with him. And also my wonderful wife, Bridget, who's unable to attend. She's at home right now, but she's a wonderful lady. She definitely taught me the true meaning of unconditional love. A boy, a ball, and a dream. And I tell kids that all the time. That's all I had growing up. I'm from very humble beginnings. I'm from a place called Lane Street Housing Projects, and if I began to tell you some of the stories about that neighborhood, you probably wouldn't believe me. It was a place where violence and drugs and just crime occurred on a daily basis, and it was tough because it was during a time where crack cocaine was just introduced, so I really seen that drug just demoralize families in our projects. Just to give you a quick indication of how it was, the city did a statistic on there, and from 1970 to 2005, they said 2,000 kids came from that housing project over that 35-year period of time. And out of those 2,000 kids, only 6 kids made it to college. And that was a very alarming stat. The one common denominator that all 6 of those kids had, I'm proud, I can say, is that we all attended the Boys and Girls Club and stuck with that. So, as you can see, it's definitely tough for me to accept the award today from the Boys Club, because truth is, the Boys Club don't owe LeVelle Moton anything. LeVelle Moton owes the Boys Club everything. The Boys Club provided me with so many firsts. My first college basketball game, my first chance to interact with people of different races. I even read my first book at the Boys Club, and that book was a book, the autobiography of O.J. Simpson. It was, I'm sure he got a couple of chapters he want to add to that, but it was a wonderful book. But more importantly, it was the first time I had the opportunity to, I come from a home with a single parent, so it was the first time I had the opportunity to meet my father figure, the man that introduced me. Contrary to everything that he just read to you, I'm nothing without him. I can honestly say he saved my life. He told me when I was 12 years old, he said, the man that thinks that he can and the man that thinks that he can't, they're both right, but you got to decide which one you're going to be. He took credit for the quote. We later found out it was Confucius, but we looked up to him so much that we'll let him get away with that. But I can honestly say that man, Ron Williams, who just introduced me, he saved my life. As adults, we look back on our life and we reflect and we see what our pivotal point was. Where did it turn? Where did it go good, bad, or did it stay on the straight line? And for me, my pivotal point was probably in high school. I was often teased because I would come from a poverty-stricken environment, so we had lunch tickets. And I just remember one day sitting at the table with my girlfriend in high school, and kids just came and they was just giving me everything they wanted about my lunch ticket and how I couldn't afford to get pizza and French fries and none of that stuff. Well, I was fine with it. That was just the nature of the beast. But a couple of days later, my girlfriend called me and told me, she said, I don't think it's going to work out no more. And I was like, why not? She was like, I just don't think it's going to work out no more. Well, that hurt, but what hurt me worse was 3 days later, I saw her walking in the hallway holding hands with another guy. Now, I wasn't the cutest guy in the world, but I just felt like my girlfriend should have took more than 3 days to get over me. I was more like a 3-week or 3-month guy, but I really said to myself, that was my pivotal point in my life, because never, ever in my life would I allow anyone to let me know or tell me that I wasn't good enough anymore, especially over a lunch ticket. I always felt God always used me as an instrument just to show other people that there was a light at the end of the tunnel. So today is really not about LeVelle Moton at all. It's about people like you who's unselfish. It's about people that inspire others. It's about people like my athletic director who's here today, Dr. Ingrid Wickham-McCree. She's a double minority as far as being African American and a woman, but yet she still managed to be the athletic director at a Division I institution. And with that said, she's opening doors for little girls out here to dream and have an alternative career. I just want to recognize her. Will you stand for me, Ingrid, please? That's one. Thank you. It's about people like my mom who was unable to attend, but she's the strongest person I know. She never had the opportunity to attend college, but she definitely had a PhD in love. It's about people like one of my good friends, Terrell Midget. He's here today, who I met at the Boys Club, who assists in my camp director and helped me give back to the kids. I actually met him at the Boys Club. Quick story, the reason we befriended one another, well, I befriended him, was he came from a nice upbringing. So, you know, two-parent home, 1,400 square feet. So I just figured that'd be my new best friend. So I asked my mom, could I spend the night with him one night? And she said, sure. I just wanted to go eat up all his food. I get to his house, and he has no food in his refrigerator. And no lie, we end up eating bread, molasses, and coleslaw. I said, we got this in the projects. I don't need to come back over your house, no, but this is definitely, that almost ended our relationship, but thanks for coming, Terrell. I see you out there. I'll end with, I see so many little boys and girls here today, and I'll end with a brief quote to inspire them, hopefully. I was always taught that at 211 degrees, water is extremely hot, but at 212 degrees, water begins to boil. And once it begins to boil, it can produce a force that's powerful enough to move a freight train. The moral of that story is the difference between hot water and producing a force that's powerful enough to move a freight train is 1 degree, just 1 degree. So everyone out here, young and old, we got to find it in our hearts to believe in your dreams, follow your dreams, and give that extra degree. And remember, that is your dream, so nobody's obligated to believe in your dream but you. And I'm a product of that. That's all I had. So if I can sit up here today and believe in my dream and make it this far, I know you can also, whether it takes you writing it down 100 times a day, you repeating it to yourself in the mirror 100 times a day, or you carrying around a lunch ticket with you like I did for the rest of my life. Thank you. God bless.